Greetings. This is Skylar Saunders Singh. What's current? Rosalynn Carter, out of here. A goddess. A white angel. 96 years. Why do I give a damn about her? Because she advocated for mental health. If you don't know something about me, I have mental health issues. I have bipolar disorder 1. But it also has me. A lot of people say, that cute phrase, I have schizophrenia, but it doesn't have me. I have multiple personality disorder, but it doesn't have us. Like she fought for people like me. I have to give it up to her. She didn't have people necessarily in her nucleus, in her family, and around her, friends that she knew that the news disclosed. They didn't say anything about it. They just said that she wanted to advocate to remove the stigma that is associated with mental health issues. So I definitely want to give her props. And, I don't say prayers or anything like that. I'm an atheist. But I would say, just remember her. That's all you can do. Care about the fact that she gave a damn about people in my position, people that struggle with psychological disorders. That's key. I think that's very valiant of her. It was very compelling and courageous of her to champion such a I don't want to say the C word unless I have to say the C word, crazy, debate over, oh, well, it's not really an illness. They're faking it. They just want to collect money. It's not really a disability. It's not true. It is. It's real. I've discovered the highs and the lows. I know what it's like. I have to take pills to keep my head right. A lot of the things that people are afraid to have happen are going to be happening or have happened already to me. I wanted to have years after my Marine Corps experience, where I would have my nieces and nephews say, "Oh wow, he's a Marine. He kicked ass. He got 6 Navy crosses and 3 medals of honor." Something like that. That's crazy, and that's completely out of the box. That's out of the frame. But no. But seriously, I wanted to just have a normal life, regular. Just they said that on the documentary. One of the returning vets and a lot of their memories. He said he didn't want to be the crazy uncle that has to take a pill. Well, I'm that crazy uncle that has to take a pill. It's already happened. It's not so bad. Life is pretty good. I'm doing these shows. I'm getting money. And speaking of, we have a sponsor who just dropped $50 on me yesterday. His name is Spirit Smooth Tunes. If you want to listen to the best neo soul, smooth jazz, quiet storm, and R&B, go to Spirit Smooth Tunes on YouTube.com. I'm going to put it in the chat. Spirit Smooth Tunes. On YouTube.com. So you go there and you listen to some great music from awesome singers, songwriters, composers. I don't think he has any. He has very little rap. I doubt that there's any rap involved, which is welcoming and refreshing in a lot of ways. I love hip hop. I love rap. Well, I don't love hip hop. I respect hip hop. I like hip hop. But I'm not in love with it. I used to love her, like Common said. But Spirit Smooth Tunes, he has the best neo soul. If you like Luther, if you like Whitney, if you like Mike, if you like Chico, if you like Najee, and so many others, the Gap Band, Daz Band, Earth, Wind, and Fire, Rolls Royce. He's got them all. Chic. He's got the whole shebang. So be on the lookout for him and all his efforts. He definitely is a supporter. Rebroadcast, you'll be able to watch this. It's not going to be in the, you won't be able to get the link through the the top chat, but you'll still be able to see him. So definitely check out Smooth Tunes on YouTube. Okay. Rosalynn Carter, a queen, a goddess, a white savior, a, 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 a complete, package. She stood by her man, even though he was kind of weak and frail. And I don't mean that in his 99 years now. I'm talking about when he was during his presidency and he allowed the Iran um, prisoners of war. Let's say that. Correct me if I'm wrong, but they were prisoners of war, not hostages. They're prisoners of war because that was an act of war when Iranians stormed the embassy in the American embassy in Tehran. So he was very weak. He was very mealy mouthed. He couldn't really hold down the country and keep us safe. Keep all the Americans all over the world safe. Not like Reagan, George W. Bush, George H.W. Bush, Clinton, George W. Bush, Obama, Trump, Biden have done spectacular jobs either. They have varying degrees of evil on their side, but Carter was evil for that for that whole fiasco. But she stood by him. She stood by him. She could have said, you know what, I'm done with you. You're not holding down the country. You're not supporting the Americans around the world. I gotta get out of here. But she said, no, I'm gonna stay with him. Maybe that was her fault. That was a fault of hers. But I still gotta maintain my respect for her for holding down people with mental disorders. I am crazy. I'm a crazy person. I can say that because I am crazy. And I allow people to say, "Oh, you're crazy." Yeah, yeah, I am. I'm crazy. I got the paperwork. I'm certifiable. I got mountains of paperwork that prove it. I got binders worth. So it's all facts. It's all true. So if there's any confusion or misunderstanding of my position as a crazy person, now you know the fullness thereof. You know the truth. You know the reality. You know all about the facts about the situation. I'm averting my attention because I'm looking for something right now that I'm not finding. Why am I not finding this? What the hell? Where the hell? What the hell? Oh, here we go. All right. Okay, cool. We're good. We're on track now. So, I'm living my life. And it's because of the great minds that have been able to concoct and make the right cocktails, we like to say, of my drugs that I take. And I call them drugs. I don't call them meds. I don't call them medication because it's not the Food and Meds Association. It's not the Food and Medication. It's food. And what hit children? Oh, yeah, the Drug Administration. That's right. So until the FDA is abolished, when that glorious day comes, I'll continue to say drugs because I take drugs. That's just what they do. The definition of drugs, I think, I'm just connotatively speaking. I don't know the denotative, version, but they alter the chemicals in your body and your mind and your brain. That's basically what drugs do. They give you an altered state of being. Oh, hi. Oh, I was gonna say you gonna stay with me, homie. Yo, I was gonna go in. I had the Sunday sermon going on, had the Sunday update, but that's cool. Hi, you're wanting with the wrench too. And if you get a hold of Spirit Smooth Tunes, let him know that I have a wrench for him. I meant to give it to him yesterday. If you can, you go to Spirit Smooth Tunes on YouTube and let him know. I don't even know if he left already. Salute. He said, Height, my other sponsor, one of my main sponsors, back to back 50 Club. If you don't know what the 50 Club is, it's the Skylar 50 Club. Anybody who supports me from a $50 more get a wrench off top. They'll get a recognition at the top of the chat during the live broadcast. Um, and I'll try to find other perks. I'm trying to find exclusive videos or something like that. But in the meantime, you at least get a wrench. So it's Chelsea with her glasses on, Spirit Smooth Tunes, and Height in that order. So I appreciate everything that they've done, all the money they have given me. They didn't have to. I feel like I've earned it. I put in the work. I put in the research. I'm about to go into Rosalynn Carter talking about she's the Steel Magnolia. I think that's where they got the name. I don't know if they got the name from her name, being called the Steel Magnolia. I know they said it before the movie came out and before the play, but I don't know if that was always a southern part of the southern dialect, part of the southern speech. Yeah. So thanks for dropping by. Although brief, I do appreciate you. Thank you for boosting my numbers already. It's hovering around 1 to 3. People aren't used to me coming on this late. I'm usually on around 4 o'clock, 2 o'clock sometimes. But Mr. Troy Star Terrain sometimes comes on at 2. He doesn't come on at 4 too much. He came on 4 like once or twice, but not that much. But I want to just say thank you for all that. All right, Rosalynn Carter, dead at 96. She represented for people that are crazy, for the schizos, for the what else can you say? The psychopaths, the psychos, the nut, the nuts, and the places that we go. That's all the names. The Cuckoo's Nest, the Nut Hut, the Nut House, the Puzzle Factory. That's all hate. That's beautiful hatred because it's true, but it has like a slant to it. That's what I think is part of what hatred is, because it has to have a grain of truth to it. It has to be real. It has to be grounded in truth. But then there's a play to it. It plays. There's a play element to it. The Cuckoo's Nest and Puzzle Factory, because it's true. What are you doing? Are you working? No, you're not really playing. I mean, you kind of are playing. There are different ways that people are playing, in psychiatric wards. That's the proper term. Psychiatric ward, mental ward, different things like that. Mental health provider, different words like that are the official, tighten your tie kind of ways of speaking about it. But I just like to say common names. Keeps it simple. Keeps it direct. Keeps it honest. Like George Carlin said, he said, the words like shell shock, boom, bang. We knew what that meant. The guy was so, threatened and so beleaguered by the shelling that his brain literally fried, and he's shell shocked. It's simple, 2 words, 2 syllables. That's all it needed. And then they had during, I think that was World War One, and then World War Two came. I think it was still shell shock. Korea, they called it operational exhaustion, and that sounds like something that would happen to your car. And then in the Vietnam era and on till today, they have PTSD. So they took it to letters. They took it to an acronym, and post-traumatic stress disorder, which spawns so many different maladies and different conditions, from alcoholism to drug abuse to mental disorders. And that's why there's still people on the corner. I'm a vet. Please help. God bless. Anything helps. They say that now. They used to say, we'll work for, my pay. We'll work for anything. We'll work for food. We'll work for any like that. They don't even say we'll work for anymore. It's just anything helps. God bless. And then they try to have like the late great Paul Mooney said, you'll miss a red light, or you hit you'll hit somebody in the intersection trying to read the daggone thing. I'm a combat war vet, 3 to 4 years in service, served in Fallujah, uh, served in Kandahar, served in, you're reading all this, you're just waiting at the light and somebody's honking at the horn behind you because you're trying to read what the goddamn sign says. But it's wild. It's wild. It's really wild. But I'm just talking about myself, because I didn't know too much about Rosalynn Carter. She wasn't part of my era. I know about, what do I know about Hillary? That was my era. Hillary on up to now. Hillary was, what? She was mainly like healthcare. She wanted universal healthcare, something crazy, something stupid and wicked and evil like that. Universal healthcare. Get out of here. We don't need that shit. Then we had Laura Bush. She was the brains to George W. Bush. She was a librarian. She is a librarian, and she wanted people to read. So if she could get her husband to read, then I think you could get anybody to read. And okay, what does she have? Vegetables. Eat your goddamn vegetables. Okay, I like vegetables. That's really cool. But I don't like you like saying don't eat the red meat without the vegetables. Like, what are you talking? Let's slow that down. If you want to be a vegetarian, a vegan, that's cool. But I prefer my ribeye rare and with a pinch of salt and pepper. That's just me. But if you want to be a vegan, that's cool. That's just you. Do you? So that's just the point for me. Now there was so that's Obama. Then we had Trump's wife. What's her name? I'm gonna look it up real quick. I can't think of it right now. Melania. Melania. All I remember her was she had those Christmas trees that were crazy. She had the crazy Christmas trees. I don't remember anything else she supported. She probably supported great, noble causes, but I don't know what they were. That was Trump. Okay, now we're at Biden. Jill. She's like picking up where she was when she was vice president. She's doing, I give her props. She cares about the vets. She cares about the vets returning from war. She's still involved with boots on the ground. Something boots. I think it's boots on the ground, if I'm not mistaken. So I give her that much respect. Her husband's terrible, just like his predecessor and predecessor and predecessor. And I didn't get to even Nancy Reagan. Excuse me, Nancy Reagan with the just say no, which should have been just say yes to life. You can look at that pile of cocaine, and if you chop it up into a line and snort it, you're going to feel really good. You're going to feel really excellent about yourself. Everything's going to be awesome. But you know what? You're going to want that again and again and again and again. Your body's going to get sick and tired of being sick and tired, as Mr. Troy Star Terrain once said. You're going to get sick of it. So, you can smoke all the weed you want, but look at the number one weed head in the world, in a lot of estimates, is quitting weed. Snoop Dogg. Snoop Lion, Snoop Doggy Dog, whatever his name is. You can do heroin, you can do all that stuff. It's all a mental thing. It's all mind. It's all saying yes or no to and you should be saying yes. You should be saying yes to life. But Rosalynn Carter, I don't know, correct her name. Salute. Greg S is in the building. Salute. I'm not even gonna get mad at him. I'm telling facts. I'm telling on myself tonight. Make sure you tell 3 people and leave the first person wondering what's going on. I know you don't got no money, but you got a mouth and you got fingers. You got Twitter fingers and X fingers, I guess, Instagram, X, I don't know, TikTok, whatever. I don't care. Just get the word out. You don't have to. You don't have money. Just get the word out. Word of mouth is the best part of marketing. Still the best. If your friend says, "Oh, look at this nigga. He's goofy as hell, but shoot, he be making me laugh. I don't know. He be saying some weird shit, but he's cool." Say something like that. I don't know. Have a pitch ready. But salute. And you said salute, by the way. You forgot the T. But yeah, Rosalynn Carter. She was a down ass bitch. Let's keep it real. Down for all those years. Down for at least 70 plus years. Jimmy Carter. She was down for him. She gave him 4 kids. They got, some odd grandkids, and I know 14 great grandkids. So that's just a testament to to her faith in her man and the way that she carried on, as somebody that was a reinforcement for him. That was the steel magnolia. That was the steel. She had the steel backbone. She carried herself well. She was a Southern belle. She was a white princess. People call me Uncle Ruckus for saying stuff like that, but it's the facts. It's the truth. I mean, she's not some black bitch twisting her neck and going on and on like that, something like that. No, she was the truth. She was the truth. She carried it on. And I gotta always respect her for the mental health thing. She could have said, I don't care about nobody even cares about mental health like that. Nobody else really picked up the cause like that. Not heavy. She was like the only one. And who else? Maybe Ford, Betty Ford. She was about alcohol, wasn't it? She was a drunk. She wasn't. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Or am I right? Somebody correct me. Betty Ford made the Betty Ford Center for drunks. She was known for she had her battle with against dependency on drugs and alcohol. She established the Betty Ford Center for treatment of this problem at the Eisenhower Medical Center in Rancho Mirage. And this is coming from the White House. This is from the whitehouse.gov. Wow. I'm going up in the world. That was a direct quote, by the way. Yeah, so I gotta give it up for her. I gotta respect her. I tip my hat. Tip my hat. And I say, she's definitely a great piece to the puzzle of this nation. And I know I'm speaking from a member of the Puzzle Factory, or an escapee, I should say, an outpatient of the Puzzle Factory, not an inpatient. In fact, I was inpatient in 5 months, and that garnered me over $23,000 tax free. They don't talk about that. I don't even think Miss Rosalynn Carter talked about that. How if you were in the service, if you were in the military, and you were in an installation, if you were in a Veterans Affairs Medical Center, VAMC, for over a month, you'll be paid at the same rate as somebody that's paid 100% disability rating, and that's how much I got. I was in there for 5 months. It probably was about 30,000 or 35,000, but my lawyer took the cut because I wouldn't have had the thinking power, or the patience, especially not the thinking power, to follow all the documents and submit them and have them passed and everything like that. I would have probably failed. I would have got zip. So I just took that. Rick James is saying he's smoking on the Roseanne Carter packs today. Salute to you, sir. 5 months. What is 5 months? Yeah, 5 months. Pass that blunt, Rick James. At least y'all are in here and tell people. I'm glad, Rick James has told people about the show. He's not in, he's not in cahoots, or he's not in relation with one of the gentlemen. I'm all right with him. He's not a problem with me, but he has a problem with Rick James. I'm not even going to say his name on here, but until he appears. If he appears, I'll say his name because he's being alive. But and like I said, I don't have a problem with him. But Rick James is here, so respect to you. So if you want to smoke the Rosalynn Carter packs, feel free. Do what you got to do. Smoke on them packs. Because she was a hell of a white woman. Gave a damn about the crazy man. She put her trust in saying that, mental health and awareness and the stigma has to be removed. She was definitely on that level. You have to ask him that, Greg Ass. Greg Ass is asking who has beef with Rick James. It's not really beef, I don't think. I think it's just tension and drama. It's more like tension and drama. That's not really beef. Israel and Hamas have beef. That's beef. So I have 2 people in here with 4 likes. That's pretty good for a Sunday night. Nobody expected me to be on, and they just turned on their YouTube and said, "Oh, this nigger's on here. Let me see what he's talking about." I'm talking about my crazy ass. I'm talking about my own crazy ass. I'm crazy as hell, but I get paid for it, so it's cool. I get 100% disability, 100 and Social Security. I make $54,000. The only taxes I have to pay are Medicare taxes, and that's not much. I don't have to pay a payroll tax. I don't have to pay Social Security tax. I don't have to pay property tax. I don't have to pay any of those taxes, especially being in the first state, the tax-free shopping state. We have zero sales tax, so it should be the other way around. You should have no income tax and then still have sales tax. I would imagine. I would rather have that. Let me keep the money I make. Let me have that. Florida understands, but not the rest of the country. See, that's what's so goofy. The rest of the world, the country picks and chooses. I think there's a few other states. I think Texas is another state where the income level is not taxed. Supreme. Yes, I'm certainly finessing the government. That's exactly what I'm doing. I'm pimping the government. Pimping the government for all it's worth. For what the bullshit I had to go through in the core, and I had to go through some bullshit. And a lot of, dudes over me, a lot of dudes that were crazy and wild, and I just kept my mouth shut. Just keep your mouth shut. I'm telling you, don't speak up. Don't, no, just have a backbone and just be quiet. Just take it. And then at the right moment, flip out and go crazy. But be real about it. Because I was real about it. You can't just fake crazy. Because they knocked me out. I did not say, look, I am, bipolar. I'm seeing things, hearing things. No, they diagnosed me with that. You can't just fake it. You can't just like go up and like, oh yeah, I'm seeing ghosts and doggies and woo 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 woo. You can't just start doing that. I mean, maybe you can, but I didn't. I kept it true. I kept it real. I was having an absolute manic episode, and just threw me off. Since some people are in the room, let me make sure y'all have this together. Make sure you go to Spirit Smooth Tunes on YouTube. Let everybody know about this channel. He has put together an assortment of songs and different bands and groups and solo artists. Make sure you listen to it, because if you like quiet storm, neo soul, smooth jazz, R&B, all that is here, and all that is up for your listening pleasure. So make sure you check out Spirit Smooth Tunes. Which question? Wait a minute, have you? Oh, have you been vaccinated? Oh, have I been vaccinated? Yes, yes. Why do you ask, sir? Just curious. Have you sent in a donation? That's the real question, Supreme. Have you sent in a donation? Because now I have to say rock and power, not rest in peace, but rock and power to Rosalynn Carter. She was a champion for mental health rights, or care. I should say not rights, but there's only individual rights. But I salute her. Salute to Rosalynn Carter. There. Okay. Now we have to get into. So okay, so I'm just wondering, Supreme, did you send in a donation? Do you have my cash app or PayPal? Oh, see, now this is some bullshit. Y'all gonna flip on me now because Star just started his show. So if you want to leave, y'all gonna leave. Go ahead. I have to finish the broadcast. So if you're gonna leave, just quietly exit the door. Make your way to the exits. Champion his show. He's a yacht. I'm just a dinghy. I know my place in life. I just have a fast motor. Yeah, I'm breaking up. Yeah, I'm breaking up. I gotta be breaking up because people are definitely gonna be jumping shit. I got 6 people on here for some reason. Yeah, that's funny. That's funny. 7 people. Yeah, okay. Yeah, 7 people on here now. I'm talking. I'm. Excuse me. Good gracious. Oh, it's messing me up. I'm about to be. Are you using Puerto Rican Boost mobile Wi-Fi? There he is. Do you see? Do you see Spirit Smooth Tunes? They can vouch for me. And look at the live chat. I'm definitely pushing your channel, sir. Salute. I'm pushing it because I was listening to today. I was listening to something I can't remember her first name, of something Farrell. If you might be able to help me out. Respect you. I'm not using a Puerto Rican Boost mobile Wi-Fi. I'm using Verizon Wi-Fi in the contiguous United States, not the Commonwealth of United States or territory of United States. No, using the T-Mobile government version. My T-Mobile, I have a T-Mobile iPhone. My iPhone is hooked up to T-Mobile, but that's as close as it gets. I appreciate that. Just checking in, Sir Saunders. Yes, Spirit Smooth Tunes. Yes, this is the first thing that I did. This is the first thing off the top of the top of the broadcast. I salute you. Thank you very much for your donation. See, if y'all had to be anybody, be Spirit Smooth Tunes. Okay, be him. Be like him. Be like Hype. Be like Chelsea with her glasses on. Donate, donate, donate. Because I'm gonna get better and better and better at this with the more money I make. I want to have real lights. I want to have a camera. I want to have a microphone. I want to have all this shit, but it's gonna take money. Everything takes money. You can't name one thing in this life and society. If you're on a desert island, there's no such thing as money. You're by yourself. There's a coconut and a tree and some sand and water. That's it. With a desert island. But if you're in society, if you're in civilization, everything is touched by money. But it's not everything. Money is the only thing. Money isn't everything, but it is the only thing. All right, so you learned that from me. Even though I stole that from, I think, a coach. I think a coach said that before. So it's not totally original by me, but you heard it probably here from me. All right, so I have to get into the Sunday sermon, the Sunday update. It was about fire. I learned, from reading, watching a documentary about how certain forest fires actually help out the ground. It helps out, bring out sprouting from underneath the soil. And if it's controlled, if it's not a wildfire, because even wildfires, depending on what they are, they actually do help. But for the most part, they're very, very, very destructive. But controlled fires can produce better trees and shrubs and greenery and vegetation. So it's important. So he started with, let me see, 2 Corinthians 12:7-10. This is coming from the New International Version. Or because of these surprisingly great revelations. Therefore, in order to keep me from becoming conceited, I was given a thorn in my flesh, a messenger of Satan to torment me. 3 times I prayed with the Lord to take it away from me, but he said to me, my grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. I said, this is some goddamn hate right here. That good book. Oh, okay. This is what Spirit Smooth Soon says. An old sage said, money ain't everything, but it's a down payment on everything. Ooh, I like that. I like that. That might replace what I might have been saying for the past few years. Because I've been saying that all for the past months and years. That money is the only thing. But I like what Spirit Smooth Tune's saying. He's saying, oh, an old sage said, money ain't everything, but it's in down payment on everything. Catch that, children. Catch that. Catch that. But like I said, so it's like a burn. It's like he's saying how you have something that's troubling you, but it's supposed to trouble you because it's going to make you stronger. It's like you're in the gym, you're working out. It's hard, it sucks, it feels terrible, but it's going to give you better muscle. It's going to give you better tone. It's going to give you better flexibility. That's what's powerful. Oh shit, here we go. Supreme is crazy. Which vaccine did you get and how many? Damn, this thing is going in. I don't care. I'll tell him the truth. I got two. I got the flu vaccine and I got the COVID-19 vaccine. I don't remember. They're both Pfizer. They weren't Moderna. They're both Pfizer. And I got just those two. So, but Supreme, the real question is, have you donated to the show yet? Have you donated to this platform? You got a person right above you who's donated over $300 to this show. Okay? He's not playing around. He's the truth. I have to give him his props. Even before the show came, when the show first came on, the first thing I did was say Spirit Smooth Tunes after I put my own advertisements. So I'm saying that to you, Supreme. You want to know about my vaccines? You want to know about how many I took? That's the truth right there. Get on his level. Send in $300 right now. No, send in $20, $50, something like that. I'm not asking for much. It's the fourth quarter. It's November. We're heading into the holiday season. A lot of people are already into the holiday season. It's not even Thanksgiving yet. But yeah, so but back to this. Okay, we got John 18:2. Hold on. I'm telling you the hate. That book, they call it the good book, but I call it the hate book. John 18:2. Now Judas, who betrayed him, knew the place because Jesus had often met there with his disciples. Think about that. John 18:4. Jesus, knowing all that was going to happen to him, went out and asked him, "Who is it you want?" All right. So 5 through 6. Jesus of Nazareth, they replied. "I am he," Jesus said. And Judas the traitor was standing there with them. When Jesus said again, "I am he," they drew back and fell to the ground. Oh, come on. This is all hate. This is hatred. Are you trolling, Supreme? I don't know you. Are you trolling? I don't know if you're real or not. Is this really your first time here? If it is, welcome. And Spirit Smooches, well, I have the chance. Let me see. I meant to give you your official monitor. You're a managing monitor. You are officially now a managing monitor. So you should have your wrench at the next time you post. You're dead ass. Okay. So do you have we can walk through this. We can go through this right now. I'll set the Sunday updates aside. Do you have PayPal or Cash App? What do you have, Supreme? In the meantime, I'm gonna go on with the hatred. I'm gonna skip to Romans 6:13. But that, did you catch that? Jesus said, "I am He," and then He said again, "I am He." He let you know again. I'm gonna go to Romans 6:13. Okay, that's third. Okay, it is okay. Romans. Okay. Do not offer any part of yourself to sin as an instrument of wickedness, but rather offer yourself to God as those who have been brought from death to life, and offer every part of yourself to Him as an instrument of righteousness. Are y'all catching it? Are y'all catching on this? This is hatred. This is reality. This is the truth. This is the manna from heaven. the living word, the word of life, the bread. The bread is life. I always thought about that one passage in the Bible. I don't know what exact I don't know exact scripture it is, but it's have you ever seen a righteous forsaken or his seed begging bread? And you've never seen it. They said they never seen it. I think I've seen it. I think I've seen a righteous begging for bread. I think I've seen a seed begging for bread and a righteous forsaken. I mean, Jesus said, "Why have you forsaken me?" I don't know. But let me go to Joshua 1:8. Keep this book of the law always on your lips. Meditate on it day and night, so that you may be careful to do everything written in it. Then you will be prosperous and successful. How about that? How about that? Psalm 37:5. Commit your way to the Lord. Trust in Him, and He will do this. James 1:3. Because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. And that's what the whole goal of his her whole sermon was. The one of the pastors at the church today, they had the graphics up, real flashy fire on the monitors, and then he had a video at the end. But the whole idea was how fire and burning and things that are rough and harsh and terrible can produce something that's great and good. Despite whatever is happening, it can produce something that's of worth. That's what's great. That's the power behind all of this. So even though I'm not a functioning Christian. Wow, Supreme. Wow, man. Answer my question first. Do you have PayPal or Cash App? You have Cash App or PayPal, Supreme? I'm putting it in. I'm even put it in here. Okay. So here, all you gotta do, I'll give you the easy one because this is the one I understand the most. Not yet, Greg. Take your time. Pimping right now. Watch out. I'm internet pimping. I didn't know I was breaking up. Thank you for telling me, Greg. I didn't know I was breaking up. I wasn't running my mouth yet. I might have been running it too fast at the same time. Sometimes. I just saw on Wall Street Journal. It says this is how much of a raise you will need to get to actually be happy. See, I'm not even on that level. I'm so glad I'm not on that rat race bullshit. Can I get a raise this quarter? I thought I did a really great job. No, maybe next year. I don't know. Davidson and accounts did better than you this time. He's getting a raise. I don't know what to tell y'all. I don't know what to say. All right, about 13 minutes left before the end of the actual broadcast, and then the questions open up. But if you can just send Supreme $20 to my Cash App, then I can go forward with your questions. Because I know you're new. I was just answering your questions because you were new, trying to make you feel welcome. But you gotta put a dollar sign next to those questions. But like I was saying, here's the Sunday update. He gave an idea of what it means, basically, to just take in the things that are wrong, the fire in your life, and don't douse it. Let it burn. Let it burn. Let it consume you, even, and you'll be made new, just like in controlled fires on the ground. It creates something brand new. It makes something that's brand new. It makes something that's special. It makes something that's true. Am I still breaking up? All right, is everybody jumping ship now? I understand. I'm going now to Philippians 1:20. I eagerly expect and hope that I will in no way be ashamed, but will have sufficient courage, so that now, as always, Christ will be exalted in my body, whether by life or by death. It's powerful words right there. Powerful words. Powerful words. Extraordinary words. Mystified words. Faith-based words. completely false words, but they still ring. They still have power because people value them. Christianity is a value to millions of billions of people. Billions. Billions and billions. He didn't really say that, but he thought everybody thought, Carl Sagan always said billions and billions. He never really said that. But it's fun. Am I still breaking up? Am I cool? Am I popping, moving, shaking, and popping? Am I still breaking up? Is there anybody in the live chat? Anybody want to talk? Anybody want to run their mouth? Supreme, you can send $20 to my Cash App. That'd be a nice little, welcoming gift. Welcoming you. It's reverse. Welcoming you to this madman show. Going off the rails on a crazy train. Now 0 people. Okay. Now I can really talk. So, the whole idea of, the Bible and reading it and getting all the verses, people, they're not kidding. They're not playing around. They really want this as part of their life. I've noticed this. They're not. They can go. They can go decades. It can be passed down generation by generation by generation. And it still is complete, fallacy. It's just completely wrong. It has no basis in reality, none whatsoever. It doesn't take anyone any time to say that they're on the road to being better by reading the Bible or reading the Torah or the Quran or the Hadith. It doesn't make you any, better in reality. Maybe in a supernatural, thought, there's no supernatural realm. There's no realm after this. There's only non-existence. We are in existence. There's no super area or super land or fantasy land outside the confines of this universe. And that's one thing we have to realize. We have to get that. We have to understand that. That's something that has to be brought up and has to be, codified. All the inchoate pieces have to be codified into one. And that's what we're missing. That's what we're missing from all of this. We're missing the point. And I'm saying we, because like I said, 16 years, Christian. Dr. Jerome Brooke was 6 years old and was like, yeah, I'm an atheist. I'm not. And Ayn Rand said in her book, she was probably much younger. She was probably 2.5 when she figured she was an atheist. But she declared it when she was 14. I was 19. I was late. I was on that CP time. I was on that color person time. I was late. So it just took time for me to fully realize what I was, taking in was not proper. It was not the truth. That's how I have to see it. That's all I have to know. That's why, I realize is so true, so real. And that's objectivism and objective hate. See, objectivism is like a finely tuned sports car, or maybe it's even better. Maybe it's an entire, rocket ship, or maybe it's an It's an entire city, or maybe it's an entire country, maybe it's the entire planet. But you know what else is objective hate? Hate is gravity. It's a weak force, but it's a force that keeps you behind on your backside on the ground. It grounds you. Says you can only get so much. And that's it. So, with all the powers that we've been able to, devise, um, the different modes, the different tools, the different technologies, the different innovations that we've been able to concoct and create and build and make. I mean, faith has got to go. That's one thing that we made up, and it helped for a while. It was like this lightning hit the tree, and excuse me, and it burst into flames. I don't know why that happened. Well, it was a god. A god sent the lightning bolt into the tree, and the tree burst into flames. And now you get to have fire for your, to cook your meal. And so you praise God for sending you the lightning bolt. That's just an example of a primitive man, crawling out of the muck. And we have been able to go into our advanced societies with technology and innovations and everything in our fingertips and in our minds and what we do as human beings. And what do we get? We get nothing in return, because it is a nothing. It is a negative. God is a negative. And what is a negative and a negative? A positive, a zero, neither a negative nor a positive. Because atheism is a negation. It's a negative. It's saying there is not something, but there's not a nothing, which is weird to say, but there's not a nothing. That's atheism. There's no there, as Dr. Yaron Brook likes to say. There's no there. There's nothing. And billions of people, I mean, I was one of them. I must have gone to, I'm not even kidding, at least 100 churches in my lifetime. At least 100. At least. I've been to churches all over the place, from Philly to Arizona to back to Delaware, New Jersey, Maryland. Been all over. If not hundreds, at least dozens of churches I've experienced. And it's the Black Methodist and Black Baptist churches primarily. They're the ones that have the most, vicious, harsh, rhetoric, that fire and brimstone, there's no play around them. I mean, then they have the praise breaks, people flopping around, jumping around, running down the aisle and twisting and twerking, and I don't know if they're twerking, but gyrating, and all in the name of the Lord, all in the name of Jesus. But that's the reality. That was the idea of the sermon today. I understood it. I got it. I copied down, the different scriptures. And I just thought it would be appropriate to say that, you can change from being a faithful person if you try. All right. Greg S always comes in when I'm about to say something. It's question period now. So if you want to ask your questions, fire away and make sure you tell somebody. I'm not going to get you, Greg. You're going to say, oh, I'm broke. So I'm just going to say, just tell somebody word of mouth. Oh, man. Hold on. I'm going to repeat the question. What proof do we have that Hassan did not willingly give up the pussy? I have no idea. I have no idea even who Hassan is. It Hassan Campbell or something? I don't even know who that is. I don't even. The only person I follow is because of Mr. Troy Star Terrain. I don't think he's a relevant or a factor. You're relevant if you're in the news. You're a factor if you're making an impact on the culture, but you're not necessarily in the news cycle like Mr. Troy Star Terrain. He goes viral from time to time, but he's trying not to go viral. I think I got Supreme out of here real fast after I said $20 to my Cash App. That was funny. I thought that was cute. So that was his first time in here. You got a name like Supreme, but you acting like you regular gasoline. I'm not even trying to rhyme. I'm just saying. Yeah, got him out of here. He's like, oh no, that's too rich for my pockets. Can you tell I bleach? No, I don't bleach. This is all natural. Oh yeah. So you got more questions, Greg? I'm about to pack it up and roll out. I'll give you 3 more seconds. Supreme is mad. Yeah, he must be. He's in his feelings. He's just in his feelings. I gotta get out of here. Something's crazy. I don't know why it's doing that, but it was real. Thank you all. Thank you, spirits. Let me make sure I get this right. Spirit Smooth Tunes on YouTube. Make sure you check that out, Greg. I know you're the only one here. I got some Fisky with my name on it. Hey, you're gonna be like you're gonna end up like Betty Ford if you want to do that. You're gonna end up in rehab. We want you to be good to go. I mean, hey, if you're gonna be in your own house in your own time, do it. Salute to you, respect. But no, it's not the best thing to do for your mental health and your life. But I say salute to all those still struggling with mental health issues. We're in this fight together, and I thank you very much. I'll see you probably tomorrow. Take care.